pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call, please?
John.
Here.
Kay. Here. Verna.
Here.
Jan.
Here.
I'm here. Cheryl.
Here. Okay, does anyone have any changes that they want to make on the agenda? If not, the agenda is approved. Move on to the minutes. Does anyone have any changes to the minutes?
The only thing I noticed was actually the formatting of the roll call. In mine, all the boxes are not lined up.
Oh, that is impossible to fix. That's partially my fault too. Kathleen took the week off. So I had to fend for myself, and that's part of my fault.
It does look better on this month, but it's still not perfect.
Yeah, I think I was absent. I'm not sure.
It doesn't look like I was present, but I was here.
Yeah, we need to make it clear who was here because
We'll fix that.
there's 2 X's in the absent and yet there's, well, that's right, because
Yeah.
there's only 4, that one box is not checked. Okay. Did anyone have any corrections?
So forgive me, does it matter how my name is spelled?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then under 10-1-2, the motion is by L-Y and not Kelly.
Oh, you want IE? You see that?
Yes, but I was going to say the names under the motion should match our last names because that's what's used for roll call. So we should be using last names. Because otherwise, if somebody's just reading the minutes, they can't match those up.
Okay. I was just following what was not before I got here.
But I will change that.
And did we not have a motion for the approval of the minutes for December? Even though they were corrected?
That was the one I went back and watched and I asked Laura, there was not one.
We
I
should.
should call if somebody's gonna do it both at this one. Just,
Well, we'll leave it, but it should have been. Anything else, Kelly?
Nope.
I just had one other one under new business, number 13. The motion should say, I move to approve the current director's evaluation survey.
The statement.
13, number 13, the statement for the motion.
Oh, to send out the
Because
survey.
it just says director survey, and it should say director's evaluation survey.
And there is no 0 for the name. There should be a 0 here also. Under 13, the statement, the motion, the vote, yay or nay should have a 0.
And the same on 13.
Yeah. Same thing.
Sorry, I didn't put those in. Any other amendments, corrections? Can I get a motion to approve the amended minutes?
I so move we approve the amended minutes for January.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, the minutes are approved. Call to audience, is anyone in the audience care to make a comment on any of the agenda items? Okay, thank you. Laura, you're up, director's report.
I have a written report. A couple of things I wanted to mention in the first bullet point. Just to call your attention to this Open Plus Access system. It's kind of a new thing for libraries where they are allowed, when you go to the ATM, you can slide your card and go into the lobby and use the ATM. A lot of libraries are doing that now, where you can slide your card, like a 24-hour gym, come in, use the services, use the library, use the self-checkout, use the study room after hours. I know, I said the same thing. But there are a few libraries in the area that are doing it, not close by, but down here, closer to Detroit area. So I'm waiting to see how that goes. But you can close the library, like you can say, okay, 11 o'clock, we're closing the doors, and you make an announcement, and you shut the doors off, and all that kind of stuff. But so it's not necessarily a 24-hour thing. Some college libraries are doing 24 hours. So anyway, share. That's a new thing that's coming. I got to meet with all the staff to go over their evaluations, which is always a really valuable thing to do. I think I always get a lot of really good feedback and ideas from the staff at those meetings. So I always tell them they don't have to wait till next year to come talk to me. But and the overall consensus is that most people are very happy with their jobs and what they're doing, and that makes me really happy. The FOL met on the 10th, and they will now be accepting credit card payments for books. So that is an option. They can scan a QR code that's posted in the library bookstore, and they can pay that way if they don't have cash.
Over $5 though.
Anything over $5. The marketing committee, you all got the notes from our last meeting. John had suggested a while back about contacting new members to the area. So we researched a couple different ways to do that. Our newsletter company can get us a list of addresses, but it's really, really expensive. So he suggested we put a QR code on our newsletter. People can scan it, and then we will send them a welcome kit. They fill out a little form, and we'll send them a welcome kit. So that's in the works. It's in our newsletter this month. So we're starting that. We haven't had any turned in yet. Just the test one, right?
No, there was.
Oh, there was one?
Yeah.
Oh, there is one.
If they just come to the library, they can get one too, right?
I suppose I could.
What's in the welcome package?
So it includes an FOL coupon for the bookstore, a letter from you saying welcome, they're also getting a bookmark with our logo on it that you can actually plant. It has seeds in it. And some information about getting the library card applications, and then some information about who's law and some of our online databases and library pages, just a brief synopsis of what we offer. So that is in the works, and that's all I have. Anybody has questions for me?
I have a question. The 100th anniversary in 2026, is that of this library? Oh, cool.
Yep.
I have a question about the mural. It's referred to as interactive. So what's interactive about it?
We're hoping to make it something that is maybe a photo opportunity. Like, we kind of talked about maybe a bear that has its arm out and kids can stand there and get their picture taken, or something like that. She does a lot of interactive art, so we're waiting to see what she comes up with. Something that they can do something that does just like that.
Any other questions? I just have one. On the second page of your report, you talk about 2 mobile laptop tables and a standing table as being, what part of the strategic plan was that?
That was the welcoming and inviting, or, that was the welcoming and it's not right. It's at the top of the.
Inviting and supportive. Inviting and supportive.
Inviting and supportive, the green one. Inviting them, so making it a more inviting space. So the laptop tables, they can pull over to any comfy chair and use their laptops or in the playroom while the kids are playing with this laptop. So just make it a little more inviting.
Okay. All right. On to trustee reports. Kay, do you have anything?
Just learning more about it. I took a deposit from the meeting, and I did my first check registry. It was something I learned. I'm doing the second one tomorrow, so that's that. So,
John?
I did register for the Library Advocacy Day in Lansing, so I don't know if anyone else has, but I'm looking forward to that. I attended the music performance here at the library, the Movie Melodies. It was very interesting, very good, well attended. I recognized almost every piece of music. So. And last, I will not be at the March meeting, so this is my notice.
Thank you.
I will be here for the Finance Committee meeting the week before.
Jan?
Nothing.
Kelly?
In reference to our 100th anniversary next year, Oxford's 100th anniversary of this year, I think maybe something, it might be something to talk about later. Maybe a coercive, we'll do this for you if you do this for us for our 100th.
you know what they're doing?
I have bits and pieces of information, but I don't know what to do.
Santa Claus thing?
That is on the table. It is on the table. That is on the table.
Verna? All right. I have nothing new. John, financial officer's report?
Yes, so on the check register, you will notice that there was a very large deposit of $636,000, and then it was reversed. This was an error by the township. The tax money that came in, they put in this account rather than what's the name of the other?
Our savings.
Savings account. So they reversed it. So that's what that is.
We needed to keep that 600 there.
Well, we still have it, it's just in a different account. Nothing else stood out to me. Anyone have any questions on the check register? Okay, on to the balance sheet. Here you will see that the Michigan Class Investment or Savings account is substantially higher than it was last month. Almost 1.9 million. About 1.2 last, so that's the 600,000 tax money that came in. And the corresponding tax receivable dropped. Because taxes get paid, there are a lot of receivables in cash. Any questions on the balance sheet? All right. The income statement. Kathleen left me some notes on this. On the first page, under number 725, the vision insurance was unusually high because we changed vendors. And we had to back pay for December, as she put it, as we switched companies. So I think that'll all catch up with itself, right? Okay. And then on the last page of income statement, item 930.001, the snow plowing. She said we have completely paid for this season. So that's why it seems substantially high.
And no one's telling us to
We've already paid for it.
Do we pay by the plow, or do we have a set?
It's a 3 payment plan that we have for the season.
Okay.
If we get no snow, we still pay.
Okay.
Because I still want my snow.
It's hard to write that check when there's no snow. I'm hard to pay that bill, but, yeah,
Yep.
but it's all paid up for this year.
Okay. Any questions on the income statement? Okay. Can someone make a motion to approve the expenses?
I move to approve the January expenses of $96,907.53.
I second it.
We need a roll call.
Yes. Verna?
Yes.
Kelly, yes. Jan?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Cheryl?
Yes. Motion passes. We will move on to committee reports. Policies.
So we have 3, we finished the public policies and we are moving on to the employment policies for the library. So the very first thing in that employment manual, policy manual, is this introduction. This was kind of tough to write because it's more narrative than, numbered and bullet points and stuff like the rest of them are. So it's really just kind of this is what you can expect this manual to contain. We did make some changes. The policy committee met and we made some changes. And then once I put it all back together, it didn't sound right. And so we made another change. And so anyway, I like the numbers. I don't know if we need, I don't think this is really meant to be numbered, but so these 3 that we're looking at today are just coming in for review. They're not up for vote or anything like that. So I am open to any suggestions. The second one is the employee acknowledgement form. So this is basically says, I read these policies, I will keep up on these policies, and you have to sign that for legal purposes, obviously. And then the third one is the equal opportunity employer policy. We were missing quite a bit on that one as far as the law goes. And so there was quite a bit added to that. None of these have gone to the attorney yet, so I was waiting to make sure that when changes go forward before we negotiate. So I'm open to any suggestions.
Kay, did you have anything?
Everything looks like what we discussed that day. I know we go back and forth on certain areas and it's.
John, did you have?
I had one question on Gen 2, item 2, where we took out manager. Is that because it's redundant, because the library employee is a manager?
Right.
Or manager is a library employee?
Right.
Then we're good with that. That was all I had.
I agree that the introduction is a little bit wordy and bleh, it's like diarrhea of the mouth. I think we still need to work on that and we'd love any input. Other than that, we made some corrections on Gen 2 and Gen 3, which I helped with and agreed with, but the introduction, okay.
Ellen?
That's my thought.
I was there at the meeting as well. I agree with Gen 2 and Gen 3. I think the introduction should be a letter, kind of a letter, open letter to the employee and not a numbered bullet point. And I would be willing to look at that and see if I can make it. But less diarrhea. Give it some linoleum.
And you're on the policy committee.
Yeah.
Brenna?
I'll
leave it for your emotions or your. It, I think it got across the legalities, but it doesn't come across easily. Yeah.
It doesn't flow.
Yeah. And we really tried, even again and again. So we're open.
It's difficult to get everything we need into it without it sounding so disconnected.
That's a good word for it, disconnected. That's how we repeated some stuff. Some stuff is in a weird order. And yeah, it just needs to be worked on.
Cumbersome.
Yeah. Okay, any other comments?
Just starting with some of the, wasn't any kind of urge, and I didn't write most of this, but, to emphasize the importance of reading the manual, using it as a reference, and keeping abreast of any changes. So, but if there could be a way for
Yeah. How many back up to me
Maybe split out the legalese,
Yeah.
maybe separate. That's what it's really hard, but it's got to be
Yeah,
there.
right. It's tricky, you know. Okay, we'll bring it back to you.
Okay. John, Finance Committee?
Finance Committee did not meet this month. Where Kathleen was not going to be there. We're waiting on her for some of the data on, what's the word I'm looking for? Capital improvement. So we chose, since there was not anything really to discuss yet, but I canceled the deal, so waiting next month.
Laura, do you have an update on where we're at with the audit?
Not yet.
Nothing so far?
Well, I wanted to wait until Kathleen came back and check with her, make sure she had approved them already. And so she was checking with her, through her, she said, I will contact them if they need to.
I'd be surprised because they seem to be dragging their feet this year.
Yeah, so we'll do it.
And Bylaws Committee. We met, we have included in your packet recommended changes, corrections, amendments, whatever you want to call them, to the bylaws that we currently have. And we will review these tonight, but we will not vote on it until next meeting. I will let you know that we reviewed the trustee manual and Robert's rules recommendations for bylaws in making many of these changes. So hopefully it makes them more complete. And we'll start with if anybody has any questions or amendments. Kelly.
On section 2, under fiscal authority, we have A, the board responsible, and then C, the board shall set.
Right, because that one that has I did this on Google Docs.
Okay, so it's just a typo.
Yeah, I've never done editing on Google Docs, and I did pretty well with the editing part, but the formatting I was not too great at. And Kathleen was leaving for vacation, so she couldn't go in and fix it up, but she will. She will eventually fix it for me.
Okay.
So
But
that
yes,
line should be.
so that
B?
line should be a B.
Okay. And the other A next to the C is not, should not be.
Right.
Well, I will have to admit to being impressed, because I could not have done this well.
Oh, I hate Google Docs.
Yeah,
I'm much better on Word, but it wasn't Google Docs to begin with, so I did what I
I
could.
started to say once Word went away, Left behind.
Okay, anyone else have any comments, changes?
I have a couple.
Okay.
First page, Article 2, Section 1. That first sentence, I've had to read like 6 times. It just seems like there's an and or something missing.
Section 1.
Yes, the governing
Article
authority.
2.
Possibly because that act, the name of that act is so long that by the
That's
time
why
you
it
get
is.
through it.
Yeah, I think that's legalese though.
It is.
I don't think
Yes,
it's.
It's directly from the law. And if you kind of read over all that whole description of the act, the sentence makes sense, but it's putting all that in there if it doesn't.
So is it, the board has the power to perform acts, tasks, functions as described in that act and state and federal law?
Yes.
Maybe an and.
We can put another line in there if
Might
you want.
help.
Okay. After where it says Act 164.
And then
And
Michigan.
comma. It would be and comma.
Okay.
The blue 164, not that one.
After
Yeah,
the
after
blue
the blue.
164, then we add and comma.
I just happened to see where she was writing, and she was in the next one.
You're right.
And then the next one is on page 3, section, so I guess this is Article 4 about officers, section 2. I'm wondering if it should be, we should clarify that the officers are elected by a majority vote of the trustees.
Well, it says at the meeting of the board. So I assume it was just inherent in that sentence.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'm good.
And then I'll bring to everyone's attention, since we're on this page, typically in bylaws, and this was recommended both in the trustee manual and Robert's rules, is you elect officers for a one-year term and then you state a maximum of how many consecutive terms they can hold that office. Up to our board if we want to do that or not. It's just a recommendation. So if you want to just think about it, and we can determine that next month when we vote on these.
How is it currently done? We just all then rotate every year, or?
It's just kind of as it happens.
And I don't see where it's ever been an issue.
No, it
Let
hasn't.
be the way it has been.
So we can decide if we want that in there or not.
It's kind of like what makes sense.
Yeah, so just kind of think about it until next meeting.
So if you're good at being secretary, we're not letting you not do it next week, so.
Sorry, John, I interrupted. If you
No.
wanna- Did you have any other?
Let's see. Page 4, section 4, I just have to make sure that I understand what all my duties are.
Oh.
I better make sure I understand.
If not, give me a call.
Yep, then on page 5, that first section, which looks like it's been modified a couple of times, A and B seem redundant, because they both talk about a simple majority of the board is necessary to approve anything.
Well, in your bylaws, you have to state what a quorum is. And a quorum is different than a majority. Because a quorum is how many people have to be in attendance. Majority of the vote is the majority of the number of people attending. So if you don't have at least 4 people, that's what section B is saying, you don't have a meeting where you can make any decisions. It's only an informational meeting if you choose to continue.
But
And when
doesn't
you
it-
go above, then this just talks about a vote at a normal board meeting when everyone is in attendance.
but it
They were
says all-
combined before, and I separated them out, well, the committee decided to separate them out, just to make them clear that we have stated what the quorum is, which is B.
Maybe reverse the order, be A and AB.
See, to me, everything, B covers everything. Because it tells you what a quorum is, and then a simple majority of those present, which is exactly what A says.
But it says a simple majority of the quorum, so in A, if 6 people are here, you have to have 4. If you only have a quorum, you only have to have 3 to pass something.
And if you don't have 4, you can't pass any.
This is legalese. You really do have to have both.
Okay. That was it for me.
Jan?
Yes. Back on page 2 of 8, you have added then that all board members are required to sign and abide by the conflict of interest statement. Is that new to our bylaws? Did you add that?
Yes,
Okay.
it's just been added. We have been signing them as board members. We just didn't have it in our bylaws, and I thought it was good to put it in there.
Okay. Okay, and now on page 7 of 8, let's see, where was I? Let me see. Someplace on here, now I'm not finding it. Where the library director takes the minutes. Did I see that on here someplace?
It says the library director signs somebody taking minutes, and then, yeah,
Where is that?
Section
4
5.
minutes.
Page
Yeah,
5?
Yeah.
Oh, I went too far, sorry.
yeah, just under the
Okay.
agenda.
The library director or their designee shall act as recording secretary. So, that came from legalese, or did you come up with that, or how was that done?
It's something that I came up with, that we came up with based on when we reviewed the manual and the Robert's rules.
Okay. So if Laura cannot find a designee, then she does it, correct?
That's what it says, yeah.
Okay. And you're aware of that, right, Laura? Okay.
She is now.
Yeah.
Which means starting tomorrow, she'll make sure that there's somebody for next month.
Yes.
Luckily, it was like a volunteer.
And I think that was it. I think that's all I had.
Okay, Kelly,
I have nothing.
Verna? Okay, so review this again for our next meeting, and then we will be voting on it. You're on to communication, anything this month? No? We have no unfinished business. New business. Laura has requested to have a closed session for this part of our meeting, and that's her right as an employee of the library. As per section 8 of the OMA, we will go to closed session, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We'll have to ask the audience to leave at this
Oh,
time.
so we're not moving.
We're not moving.
Okay. And we're not being
Oh, we're not
recorded.
making? Oh.
No, we're not, and you need to turn off the recording too. Start. Thank you. Okay, now entertain a motion to go back into regular session.
I move to go back to the regular session.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
3:13.
Okay. And to give a recap, we completed the director's evaluation. And I will be now appointing a committee with the board's approval to set out the goals for this year for the director. And I'd like to appoint Jan and Verna. And Laura, if you prepare the committee too.
So that means I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And can I have a motion to approve the committee?
Motion to approve the committee.
And I'll second that. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And now we can move on to a 10 a.m. opening on May 16th for a staff meeting regarding the summer reading program, correct?
Summer reading program and strategic plan.
Okay.
So that meeting will start at 8 and we'll be done.
Are you picking new committees for the strategic plan? Is that what this
We
is?
already have.
Oh, okay.
That's already in the list. They'll be giving you presentations.
Is the board invited to attend?
Okay.
So you're opening at 8?
We'll open at 10.
Yep.
Staff will come in from 8.
Okay. Staff.
So would you like a motion?
Yes.
Okay, I move that we approve to not open till 10 a.m. on May 16th, 2025 for an 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. staff.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. And on to staff reports. Why don't we start at your end this time, Verna? Do you have any comments?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, a question on the, it's going to be to say this, Digipalooza. You have applied for a stipend, but just so that we know, how much is that particular event? What is the amount of money that would be involved?
The stipend is for $1,800. So, and that covers lodging, the cost of the conference, meals, mileage.
Okay.
So, that is part of the LSTA state federal grant as well,
Mhm.
which is kind of on hold right now. So
Right.
we have to wait and see. But if we don't, we do have the money for Sarah.
Okay. That was my thought process. Okay. That was it. Just about the blind date for the book. Was it not as successful because of the weather, or because you changed how you run the book?
Sorry, it was not my program, but my department. Because of the weather, we won't know. The weather was pretty nasty that day. Registration was lower than previous years when it was more passive though. So we think that it's probably because we changed how the weather.
Sarah, congratulations on 14 years. Glad you want to stay. And when, I guess this is for Alyssa, when will you hear about the grant, the $4,000 grant for wellness?
I think that one is very vague and they did not have an end date yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were some of the things for the library, the things that you were considering?
We were going to do blood pressure monitor that people can take home or use in the building. some yoga things, like a yoga kit with, bricks, the blocks, thank you. And then we threw around the idea of some Alzheimer kits, like puzzles, brain puzzles, kind of like brain buster type things. There's a lot of, kind of like a memory kit. There's a lot out there that kind of says studies, you know, there were a lot of studies out there that say like the more you work your brain, like the less likely you are to get dementia or Alzheimer's or that sort of thing. So those were the three main things for the library.
And was it Danielle or, I guess it was Danielle, did the Brandon Reed's, was that last week? Cheryl and I attended that. It was very interesting talk, and what came about was there were a couple of people that really liked the book, Station 11. Most did not, but the fact that we had so many things to say about it made it a good book. So it was an interesting discussion, and Daniel did really well. That's all I had. Of course, so much going on. We're so pleased.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a broken record because every month I say how much I love reading these and how great it is to hear what's going on. I read them at least twice. So a couple of things that did stand out, again, on the volume 8, it's nice to see that we're evaluating the programs and talk about the ones that didn't work so well and try to figure out a way to make them work better. So I was glad to see that. And then the only other one was the celebrity story time. It's going to be really hard to top that. You bring in breadsticks.
Well, I need to cook snacks.
Oh, that will do
There's ice
it.
cream and I keep pushing for a baby cow, but I don't know.
And then the summer is fire department, so then there's trucks. So we got to go.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's all I have.
This is kids only, right?
Okay.
I know I'm here, but I'm new, so some strategic items that may be added. What's the silent book about?
So that is where you just come, you bring whatever book you want to read, and you just sit comfortably with a group of people, and you don't discuss if you don't want to, and you just read your book.
Oh, okay. And the other was the passive sticker program.
Oh,
These are items you're thinking of adding.
So that's like a sticker mosaic. It's kind of like a paint by color, but with stickers. And you hang it up on the wall, and certain colors correspond to certain letters.
Okay.
It's like a community art. There is one in the staff lounge if you want to take a peek that we're testing it.
Yeah.
About 75%. Thank you.
Okay, since I'm on the finance committee, I love Sarah's comment about trying to get the best prices. Thank you. We love to hear that. Better prices we get, the more things we can get. No, I'm just overwhelmed every time I read this. I mean, I just thumbed through when I first got my packet and counted how many pages. I'm like, how do they do all this in, 1 month's time? And it's amazing, and I love the breakout, and you've given us a little bit more detail, which I had commented on last time for the strategic plan items, and that's really helpful. I like that. So thank you, but thank you to all of the staff for everything that they do. Okay, and on to library statistics. I know Jesse was working on this, so it's new, different.
I don't think anything is really different. I think just the way we were compiling the statistics was a little bit different.
Okay.
And the door count is actually up quite a bit. I don't have, I probably should have put December's on here too, but not something I noticed. So, but the door count's up quite a bit. I want to say it was like 300 or 400 for January, and it wasn't December. So that was kind of a surprise because the weather was challenging.
Everybody was busy with the holidays.
I guess so. Traveling.
Traveling. Any questions on the staff? Kelly?
Just for curiosity's sake, how many weather days did we have?
We never had a full day. We had 2 half days, and then on Saturday we closed 2 hours later. If it started to freeze out, but no full day. And it seemed to work out well. By the time we did the 1 o'clock opening, things were cleared out.
I do have a, because it's more of a request, which I made of the last year, is could you provide me with the month-by-month statistics, so when I see these, I can compare this January to the last January? You gave those to me before. I would need like February through July, because after August, I have last year's numbers.
Okay.
Do you want them on the report each month, or?
That would be fine with me, but I thought it might have been something that was hard to do. So you just printed them out for me and I compare them and comment. But if you can get them on the report, I think
I don't
it'd
think
be
it
good.
would fit.
Yeah.
If we could just put like for this one, we would have January 2024 and January 2025. Just see if maybe it can be done.
So for next one, you would want February 24, February 25, and then the total? Okay.
Any other comments on the statistics? Okay, calendar review. In March, we're due for a strategic plan update, so we will be seeing that. Public comment, does anyone in the audience want to make comment? Okay, thank you for coming. Nothing on hold. Items to the next agenda will include the policies we looked at tonight and the bylaws. Anything else?
What was that planning for, I didn't realize it's like 150, when we started looking at this, you talked about some of the items or activities they have undertaken. I just didn't know, are we going to have a committee or?
Yeah, I found out about our 100-year at our October. So it was really good. 8 months out. Because they're doing it in July.
Oh.
Do you have anything in mind, Kathleen?
Our marketing committee is going to start looking at it next month.
Okay.
And that was their homework for this time, is to come in and do it.
Okay, great.
Rochester Hills just had their 100-year last year, and they did stuff all throughout the year. So you might go back and look at it.
So that benchmarking type of analysis is very good. You know, like, here's what, here, whatever. No, here's never mind. Here's what Rochester did, or that kind of activities.
Yeah.
Just a couple of them, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, it'll probably be in our notes from our meeting, but I'll make sure that they get included.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want that on the next agenda for discussion or not yet?
Well, when would we implement? We were going into March, we've only got a few days left of February, so, we're on the 3rd of the 12th month. It'll be 2026, I'm not certain when the activities begin. Do they begin in January of 2026?
Well, that's what she's saying, she didn't know if it would be one big thing or something every month.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We have
Okay.
to
Yeah.
decide.
Maybe we could still have it as an
Can we add it on the agenda just for discussion?
That'd be great. Isn't this important? I love birthday celebration.
in hundreds.
I know. Triple digits.
All right. Okay, anything else for the agenda next one?
Not for the agenda, but a reminder that I won't be here.
Okay. Will everybody else be here where we have a forum?
Okay.
Okay.
Who's not John, you're not?
Will we be ready to have a report from the evaluation committee?
We'll plan on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll put that on there.
Oh, okay.
If there's nothing else for this evening, we will adjourn at 6:18.
So for March, you want me to do 4:45, chapter 3?